In today's video, we're going to talk about Evolution Cart soundbar noise. If you've ever been sitting in your cart and hear an annoying hum coming from the soundbar, you're probably not alone. It has been driving me crazy for almost a year now since we got this cart, and I've taken major endeavors with the audio system to try to bypass it and leverage this soundbar without having the annoying hum. However, as I've been going through my stage 1 build of the audio system, it has been almost impossible to get rid of that annoying noise. Somebody in the Facebook group or a forum got me onto the fact that it is definitely related to the headlights. And so right now when my headlights are on, what happens with these LED headlights is there's a daytime runner that is right here. We call this the halo, and it kind of goes around the outside. What happens when you turn on the headlights is the noise starts even worse. So let's just listen. And so you can hear the noise start to be picked up as soon as we turn on the headlights. The first 2 steps, when it's just the daytime runner, it's fine. But when we turn on the headlights, the noise entering the system is intense. And so originally I was trying to bypass the head unit, bypass the grounds, but it got me thinking about the root of the problem and potentially trying to solve it. If that much noise is entering our grounds from the LED headlights, it's probably interfering with other electronics too. Just because we can hear it on the soundbar doesn't necessarily mean it's not bothering other instruments. So again, what is happening when we turn the stock, let's turn our headlights on, is the headlight is attempting to dim this halo just a little bit. So when you're when it's nighttime, these daytime running halos go from essentially 100% power to like 80% power. And that dimming, just the act of trying to dim this little halo, is what's causing all of this noise. So all of the noise is just because the headlight is attempting to dim that just a little bit. These headlights are a little weird because, so if you have this symbol on your dash, that means your taillights are working or are on actively. And so at that first stage, you have no headlights, but the headlight halo is dimming, and that's what's causing the feedback that you can hear right now. This is full halo. If I turn my headlights off, but turn on the high beams, you notice we hear no noise. So no noise whatsoever if the headlights are off and the high beams are on. And what that combination is halo is at 100%, so you can see it's nice and bright, which is causing no noise. And then the other 2 bulbs obviously causing no noise. So the only thing that is causing noise is this reduction of the lower halo from 100% to 80%. So I wanted to see if we could just stop that from happening, because it's not that big of a deal. To me, if I drive around at night with my halos at 100% versus 80%, because fundamentally it's really not that different. And I'll show you a before and after to kind of compare. So what I did is I pulled out one of the headlight plugs and I tested all of the different pins on the back of the headlight to try to determine which signal it was that was telling the headlight to dim the halo from 100% to 80%. And so these are the outputs that I was able to find. So 72, when it gets voltage, is your high beam. 71 is just your low beam bulb. This 62 is constant 12 volt power while the cart was on. 68 is your turn signal, so it would pulse with 12 volt when it was time to turn. 69 was a signal wire that seemed to come on when the turn stock was in either of those positions, so that caused the hum. So 69, when it gets voltage, is the signal wire that was telling the cart to dim those halos. And the last one, 13, was just a ground wire over here. So my thought was if we could just disable 69, take a pair of side cutters and cut this wire, the cart may no longer attempt to dim the halos and it won't cause a ton of feedback on our system. So I tried to give that a try. To do a quick test, I've cut that lead, number 69, which tells the halo to dim. And I've just unplugged the driver's side headlight to avoid some noise entering the system. So now when we turn our turn signal stock, I hear nothing. My rear taillights come on, but the soundbar is no longer creating a crazy buzz, which is great. The halo still, if I go put my turn signal on, it still functions correctly there. It's signaling perfectly. Everything looks good. The halo comes off, the turn signal works. So that looks great. The only difference would be when my headlights are now on. Let me just turn the signal off. On the lowest mode is we have a full power halo, and the headlight is the only difference. So this subtle dimming is the only thing that was creating all of that noise on our ground system. So this is the main difference. The left side, the wire has been cut and it's at 100%, and the right side is dimmed to 80%. I'm sorry I'm missing my grill. I'm working on 3D printing some new styles that will look a little bit cool and more aggressive, kind of like honeycomb and stuff. I hope to get those out soon. But generally, this is the 80% dimmed, and you can hear the soundbar hum coming from it. And then over here, we have this side, which is still at 100%. Overall, I don't see a huge difference. When the turn signal comes on, it still goes off, so it's not interfering with your turn signal. It is actually kind of bright and nice. So overall, when you cut the wire, at night, when you turn on your headlights, the halo will remain at 100% versus this at 80%. That is the main difference. To me, anything to stop this annoying hum is worth it. I have tried everything to get these hums to stop. These are ferrite cord clip-on little pieces that are supposed to, intercept the RF frequency signal and cause the noise to just magically erase. I've put these everywhere. I've tried on the headlight leads. I've tried going into the soundbar. I've tried everything. But the only thing that I have found works is cutting that cable on the way into the headlight, number 69. So as far as inexpensive upgrades go, all you need is a little bit of electrical tape and some side cutters. I've already done the passenger side, so we're going to do the driver side. If you lay underneath here, you can reach up. So what you are looking for is this connector here. There should be a plastic tab that you have to depress way over here on this side, and then pull the connectors apart. And it's that 6-pin connector. And you can see on this side, which is quite short, the harness side, there is a push on the top that you need to depress down, and that will unlock it, and the two will come apart. You can see the ferrite cord I was trying on here. I'm gonna pull this off and we'll look at the wires. Now, again, the wire we're looking for is, if the clip is on the top, it's the middle bottom. So if we are orientating our harness so that the clip is on the top, the middle bottom is the wire we want to cut. And while it's labeled 69 in black and yellow on the internal harness, when we look at the headlight, the colors are a little bit different. So here on the back of the clip, so the clip would be here on the top. And if we look at the back, this is the wire coming out of the headlight. It's just got a little bit more length, and it's a little easier to get at these. On the back of it, so we would want the middle bottom. And so that on my headlight harness here would be the green wire that I'm gonna cut and then electrical tape back together, make sure that the ends don't touch anything, and just tie it back up. Okay, so you can see what I've done here is just cut that green wire. Tried to give ourselves a little bit of space so that I could tape this up here. And if we ever did want to try to wire them back together, we have a little bit of extra end there. So that's all it takes to stop the headlight from attempting to dim the halo and adding all of that noise interference. Okay, so you can see we've just electrical taped it back together up top to keep it tight, those wires from going anywhere, and we will plug this light harness back into the main harness. Now it's time to test it out, so let's start the cart back up. Your headlights should turn on and everything should look like normal, nice and bright on both sides, even while your headlights are on. And you may notice, let's see, No new soundbar noise. So what we've done here is we've stopped all of that pulse width modulation from happening in attempting to dim the halo, throwing a whole bunch of wavy, noisy signal into the ground wire of our system, which is shared by everything. And now the soundbar is not picking up that crazy noise because it's really sensitive, and we are hearing nothing but some nice silence. So overall, like I said, I tried everything to stop this noise bar noise from happening, and I think this may be the solution. If anyone else has done this and they have positive results, let me know. So overall, while I've gone to great lengths to try to avoid the noise in the on the 12-volt line, I really think that this, if you truly want to eliminate it, is the way to go, and it's rather straightforward. You just have to remember to get the right wire, and so that is this middle wire, number 69, which is black and yellow on the harness, and on the headlight, it is that, again, the bottom underneath the tip, middle, is a green wire on the headlight lead, on the lead that's going to the headlight directly. So with 2 cuts there, your halo lights are going to remain at 100% all the time, and they will never know to dim, and you will have much less noisy 12 volt. Make sure you subscribe because I do have the second part to our stage 1 audio video coming out soon, and that one is showing you how we get these Kicker KM4 speakers installed in the footwell. We also have a new Bluetooth amplifier that we control from inside of this glove box, and I'm just waiting on some final parts, but part 2, so that video part 2 should be coming out in the next couple of days. So cheers.